hell of an engineer. I'm a rambling wreck from Rapid Tech and a hell of an engineer. A hell of 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 an engineer. Like all my jolly fellows who drink my whiskey clear. I'm a rambling wreck from Rapid Tech and a hell of an engineer. Hey!
Charlie Flohr grew up in Gillette, Wyoming, where he played football at Campbell County High School, one of the top programs in the state. He continued his playing career at Dakota State University, where his interest in coaching began to take shape.
I felt I wanted to be a servant leader and trying to do as much as I could for other people, and really found that in coaching. And a few previous stops, one of my mentors is Mel Churchman, and Mel did a phenomenal job of molding me into the person that he wanted us to be as a person, as well as a football coach, and give a lot of credit to where I'm at because of him.
Flohr started coaching in 2002 as a graduate assistant at Northwest Missouri State, working with tight ends under Mel Churchma. Just a few weeks into the season, he found himself on the sideline at Arrowhead Stadium for a top 10 matchup against Pittsburgh State, an experience that would leave a lasting impression.
Being a part of the largest crowd in Division II history with over 26,000, being from a small town in Gillette, Wyoming, to coaching in really one of my first games in such a phenomenal stadium, as well as a big crowd in a very meaningful game. So that's something that I'll always remember.
In 2004, Flohr left to coach receivers at Truman State. He spent 2 seasons there, taking on more responsibility and learning how to manage a position group and recruit. In 2006, Flohr returned to Northwest as a full-time assistant on Churchman's staff. He coached wide receivers, then quarterbacks, and later became offensive coordinator. He also handled recruiting. From 2006 to 2019, Northwest made the playoffs every year and reached 6 national championship games. They won 4 titles during that stretch and became the benchmark for sustained success in Division II. Aside from his mentor, he worked under several great head coaches. His friend, the late Scott Bostwick, who was a trusted voice in the program for years. Chosen to carry it forward after Churchman's retirement, his chance never came. He passed before leading the team in his new role. After the loss of Bostwick, Adam Dorrell, who had helped bring Charlie Flohr to Northwest as a graduate assistant, was selected to lead the program. When Dorrell departed, Flohr remained on staff under head coach Rich Wright. The years under that lineage shaped the way he's building now in Rapid City.
A lot of what we're doing here at South Dakota Mines is, really what Mel established at Northwest early in his coaching career there. It was about creating relationships. It was about the overall development of the student athlete when you get them as freshmen, developing them in all facets of life, not only on the football field, but in the classroom, as people when they go out into the community, as future fathers, and how to treat and respect people. Those are all a lot of the same core qualities that we're teaching here at South Dakota Mines.
After the 2019 season, Flohr was faced with the decision. He had built a career at Northwest, but this was about more than football.
I'm originally from Gillette, Wyoming, which is about an hour and a half away from Rapid City. My kids were getting older, and we wanted to move a little bit closer to home.
After nearly 2 decades at Northwest, Flohr stepped to the podium, this time as a head coach.
Please help me welcome our next football head coach, Mr. Charlie Flohr, and his family to the Hardrocker family.
Wow, thank you. Appreciate the turnout and everybody that came out today to make this historic event for me and my family. First and foremost, just want everybody to know how humbled, how honored, and how gracious I am to be the next head football coach here at South Dakota Mines.
It was a community that, my wife and I could raise our children in. It was going to be a good, safe community. And I felt it was a program that had a lot of potential.
He finally had a program of his own, a chance to start building from the ground up. Momentum was building, and year 1 was ready to begin.
On Wednesday, Division II athletics decided to cancel all fall championships. So what would that mean just for the regular season for these fall sports? Well, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is slowly coming up with answers. They have decided to push all contact sports from the fall to the spring.
In his first year, Charlie Flohr and his staff built a season from nothing, 6 games in all. They fought through 4 of them, winning twice, before they were forced to cancel the last 2. In the middle of chaos, those games laid the first stones of a new era.
Very emotional time for me, very emotional time for our players. It was great to see our Hard Rocker Nation out in full force in the ramps and get an opportunity to experience the great sport that we love, football.
That was the first year I became the head coach here at South Dakota Mines. Really kind of gave me a different view of coaching, gave me a different view of building relationships and how we needed to do that. It was tough times for everybody, and we all needed one another at that particular time.
Since 2020, Flohr has led the Hardrockers to 26 wins, the most in a 5-year span in over 40 years. He's also made academics a priority and built strong connections with the Rapid City community.
We've done a phenomenal job of getting out into the community and establishing relationships. Our kids are heavily involved. What that's done is continue to just build a good, strong community relationship between our student athletes and the people of Rapid City.
Ask anyone inside these walls what sets this team apart, and you'll hear the same word: culture. It's the standard that shapes every practice, every meeting, every rep, forged by the people who live it every day.
It's something that we're really proud of here at South Dakota Mines is we've built a really good, strong culture, really strong tradition. We've had 4 winning seasons since I've been here, and last year we ended up 6-5, lost 2 games that were really close. So we know we're really close to being one of the top tier teams in the RMAC. So that drives us as coaches, that drives our players every single day.
Flohr isn't letting the early success of his tenure turn into complacency, not for himself or for his program.
I think people can get caught in the trap a little bit of that's all we thought we were going to achieve. And I think this group in the 25 season really has seen the vision and the culture change and the things we've been able to accomplish, but now they want to take the next step.
There's discipline in everything they do, but Flohr doesn't confuse structure with control. Football is supposed to be fun, and the locker room reflects that.
Our locker room is really pretty loose. It's their house. I want them to treat it that way and keep it clean. I also want it to be, kind of their sacred ground, and so they do a good job of monitoring that, but they also, know when to have fun as well.
For Flohr, it's always been bigger than football. It's about building leaders who carry the program standard on and off the field.
They're going to graduate with a world-class degree and be a leader, which right now, in my opinion, that's something that the whole world needs is a lot of leaders, guys that truly care about one another, guys that know how to work together. And I feel here at South Dakota Mines, you're going to get that opportunity to set you up for later on in life. Here at South Dakota Mines, we have the most unique stadium, in my opinion, in the country. And, it gives the community members an opportunity to come and tailgate during the game. Our kids are heavily involved, in regards to communicating with those, people before and after games. We've seen the school fight song in front of the ramp side. Our institution is one of the very few institutions that gives kids a true college experience. We're located in Rapid City at the base of the beautiful Black Hills. It's an opportunity for kids to kind of get out and enjoy life outside of sports, outside of school. Opportunity for them to go hunting, fishing, hiking. The average starting salary for a South Dakota Mines graduate is $79,000 right away. And, that obviously speaks volumes to the institution, the type of degree that we're helping our kids graduate with.
For him, Division II football is a platform to teach, to lead, and to develop men who are ready for whatever comes next.
I think the Division II experience is top notch. I think a lot of the other divisions, they get caught up in maybe the money side of things and the true business side. Yes, there's still, business to be done at the Division II level, but I think from a complete overall college experience and what truly college is meant for, the Division II level is the best. There's some phenomenal football players that play down at the Division II level. Every year, there's always 1 or 2 kids in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference that are getting into the NFL and mini camps, but they're also graduating with top degrees.
From the start, his blueprint was bigger than a playbook. Years on the sideline had taught him that winning programs are built on people, inside the locker room and in the community around it. In year 5, that bond is solid, And as 2025 camp unfolds, the energy is already building.
Our energy's been really high. Yeah, this year we've only got 10 seniors, so we got a really good football team. Our kids are extremely hungry because we're at that point where we have to be able to take the next step, and our kids have seen how close we are within our football program.
With a core of experienced seniors and a promising group of newcomers, the Hardrockers enter 2025 with momentum and a clear identity.
Our slogan going into this year is "It takes what it takes," and I think our kids are really going to use that motto in every facet of our program to take the next step and do whatever it takes for us to become champions.
Camp opened on August 2nd with a competitive quarterback room and a battle that's expected to shape the offense.
A lot of competition. We've got 4 quarterbacks that battle all spring long. It's going to be, probably the most competitive quarterback room that we've had here.
As for the offense as a whole, Flohr keeps the approach clean, fast, and focused.
Trying to continue to keep it simple. We do have very smart and intelligent kids that pick our offensive stuff up. We're going to install as fast as we can and just see what our guys can continue to retain. And then the other thing is, we want to play with some tempo. We want to be able to try and push the ball down the field and create explosives. That was the one thing last year we didn't feel we did a great job of, was creating explosive plays, but we feel we got some playmakers in the room to make us more explosive.
Some players are still earning trust. A few already have it.
The biggest steady presence that we have is Mason Galbraith, one of our receivers, senior receiver, and AJ Kelly. Those 2 kids have started more games than anybody else on the offensive side of the football. 2 phenomenal players, 2 guys that came in here as freshmen, have really put in a ton of work to put them in the position that they are today.
Defensively, the Hardrockers have made strides in speed and athleticism, with the defensive backs emerging as one of the most reliable groups on the field.
Really confident about our back end. Secondary is our most experienced group right now. We did bring in some kids to help establish some depth. Our safeties are really heavily involved. Will Lester played corner for us last year. We're moving him back to safety. This is a tough and physical safety. The defense is really taking some big strides. We're going to be young on the defensive side of football, especially the front 7. But the athleticism and the overall team speed that we have on the defensive side is probably as good as it's been since we've been here. And I know Coach Winter and the defensive staff is going to do a lot of different things to utilize that overall team speed on the defensive side.
A coach who's been around as long as Flohr understands the importance of guys who embrace the physical battle and set the tone in the trenches.
Physically, for us, it all starts up front. Defensive line-wise, we've got some returners coming back with Nathan Newmuller and Thomas Fields, Eddie Rapid-Crow, and those 3 guys have really continued to work extremely hard. I know over the summertime they put in a lot of hours into the weight room. And then our linebacking core, there's a lot of guys within that have a lot of experience, just not starting experience.
Flohr's focus goes beyond the depth chart. What matters most is the mindset that holds everything together.
Things for me is just being mentally and physically tough. Those are kind of trademarks of our football program. And then discipline. I feel if you're a disciplined football team, that's going to help you out in so many different ways.
It's a philosophy passed down from a mentor who built one of the most respected programs in the country. A leader of men who believed in relationships, development, and doing things the right way, every day, every detail. Charlie Flohr lived that standard for nearly 2 decades. And now, in Rapid City, he's building something of his own.
Just a ragged kid in overalls, he thumbed her right one day. Said anywhere you're headed is on my way. But as we passed the big sky driving, his eyes began to flash. He was leaving Rapid City mighty fast. Said I hope to God she finds a goodbye letter that I wrote her, 'cause the mail don't move too fast in Rapid City, South Dakota. Well, he left her just a blanket of snow up on the farm.